Welcome, you three. As you know, I'm Eric Morgan, Director of Marketing.
Woo! Eric.
Thank you. Thank you. We've got...
Fist bump me.
Well, anyway, we've got one position open in marketing. And so congratulations, first of all, Christina from Elite, Josh from Purchasing, and Leroy from Maintenance. Well, as you know, we've got this hot cocoa, this new product that we've launched recently, and we need a slogan. So we thought we'd bring you three in to help brainstorm some ideas for slogans for hot cocoa. And then the winner will actually get the position and a chance to have that slogan slapped right on that label.
Wait. Position in marketing?
Yeah, the position in marketing. Here. Yeah, so.
This changes things a little bit.
Well, yeah, there's a lot on the line here.
Game on.
Okay, well, let's start. Why don't you take a sip and let's just throw out some words, the tastes, the texture, the emotions that you're experiencing.
I'm getting lemonade, a strong hit of lemonade, ketchup, barbecue sauce. Ooh.
I'm getting really rich, sweet, and creamy.
Ooh.
Rich, sweet, and creamy right here, right with you. Just like we were talking about earlier, that our hot cocoa is very rich and creamy as it goes down the old
We weren't
gullet.
talking about that.
Right.
I thought it was easy to fall in love with.
Oh my gosh! Of course, Josh. Easy to fall in love with. We're
Easy to
looking
fall
for
in love.
words, not slogans yet. Words. Eric, he's ruining it. The best part of waking up is dry cocoa in your cup.
I think that's already been used.
Nobody likes you, Josh. Nobody likes you. You're ruining it.
What else? I've got some things written down.
Can you drink me now? Can you drink me now?
The Verizon slogan.
Write that down. Can you drink me now? Can you thrive me
It's the
now?
Verizon slogan. That's all it is.
It was hugely successful. Do you have any slogan background? You don't. You're in brand management. The bottom of the totem pole. You're pretty much a paper pusher. You shouldn't even be on this panel. We don't. Christina, back me up here. Exactly.
It's like a hug for my insides.
It's like a hug for my insides. That's exactly what I was thinking. We're on the same page here.
I like that.
That's what we were talking about earlier when we were
insides.
talking about how
Hug
it's
for my insides.
Yeah, like Christina. I
hugging
like
insides and Leroy. Christina and Leroy. One can't take one without the other. We're a team. That's what we always say, right, Christina?
This is so good. I could drink a whole can.
Yeah, me too. In fact, I will right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thrive It Up!
Starring Adam Womble, Bart Mills, Jeff Todd Leonard, featuring Jeanette Frenson. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Eric Morgan.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Thrive Life. It is December's edition of Thrive It Up. We've got a pretty packed show for you today. Before we go to Chef Todd, I've got three things for you to think about. One, that December and January promotion, garlic. Book as many parties, get as many queues signed up as you can so you can pack your home store with garlic before it becomes unavailable. Next, the holiday cocoa. You've got only a couple weeks, but really this week is a great week to order that hot cocoa, the holiday version of the hot cocoa. For friends, neighbors, customers, that's a great gift. Third, convention. You've got to get registered this month. If you're registered this month, you're in the drawing for front row tickets to those general sessions, and that's a pretty hot ticket. So, those three things. Remember those three things. Now let's get on with the show. Chef Todd.
In the winter months, when it's cold, there's nothing better than a nice warm dessert. So now we're going to show you a simple apple strudel featuring our wonderful Granny Smith apples, among other wonderful Thrive ingredients. So first, we want to get the apples soaking in wonderful flavors so that can go inside the phyllo dough. We're going to use phyllo dough for our strudel dough. So take the apples, Granny Smith apples, Thrive, put them in a bowl. We're going to soak them in orange juice, orange zest, cinnamon, sugar, vanilla, lemon juice, and water. Okay, give these a light stir so that they get all mixed in with all those flavors. Allow these to sit and soak for about 10 minutes. While that sits, you can take your nuts, put them into your food processor, and you're going to blend these halfway to a rough chop. You're going to remove half of them. You're going to take the other half, keep blending it into a powder. So half of these nuts now can be removed. We're actually going to put half of the bigger chopped nuts right with the apples. The other half, the remaining half, put back in the blender. And blend that half, into a little finer grind. Now we're ready to assemble the strudel. That's how easy it is so far. So, strudel, often made with phyllo dough or phyllo dough, however you want to say it. Phyllo dough is very, very fine, measured out or rolled out pastry sheets. You can buy this in the freezer section of the grocery store, but you can see each sheet is very, very fine. Now, what I like to do, a little secret, is I will just take a damp cloth that I've gotten lightly wet, and I'll just put that over the phyllo as I'm doing each layer. The reason why I'll do that is because if the phyllo gets dry, it's going to crack and break, and then it's going to be harder to work with. So first thing we want to do is take some of our butter, or a lot of it. Each layer, you're going to layer 5 sheets on top of each other in this manner. You're going to take butter, you're going to go right over the top, like so. Plenty of butter. Get all the corners and so forth. You're going to sprinkle a little bit of those chopped nuts, finely chopped nuts, right on top of the phyllo. Okay. You're going to take one more sheet of phyllo. You're going to go right on top of that. You're going to brush it again with butter. That's perfect. You're going to sprinkle it again with some nut. You're going to repeat the process again. Okay, last layer, again, butter. So each sheet has a little butter and each sheet has a little bit of nut. And you're using about half the butter and about half the nuts because you're going to do this all over again. Now the apples have had enough time to pretty much soak up all that flavor down in there. Now we're going to just take the apples, we're going to put them towards the bottom edge, a thin row towards the bottom edge of the phyllo dough. So we just take that, we get a nice thin roll like so, and we just take a little spatula, help us lift that shell up, and we roll it halfway or until it just wraps around that apples. And then we take more apples and we lay another thin layer of apples right there like so. Push it against that layer and then roll it one more time. Bada bing, bada bang. There's your nice strudel. Again, on the top, we're going to brush butter all over that so the outside of that crust has a delicious butter coating. You're going to do the same thing. This recipe will make 2 full-size strudels like that, or you can do individual strudels by just cutting 3 little strips into the thing and doing individual strudels, which will make 6 individuals. When your apple strudels come out of the oven, the whole house is going to smell like Christmas, the Thrive Christmas. I hope you enjoy your Christmas as much as we are here at Thrive. We wish you the best. Please enjoy your apple strudel. There's the nice little strudel. Nice little scoop of ice cream. Nice warm dessert for the holiday season. Chef Todd, have a great one. Thanks for being here in the Thrive Kitchen.
Next, let's catch up with Bart Mills and Adam Womble for the product update.
Welcome to the product update. I'm the emergency brand manager, Bart Mills.
And I'm Adam Womble, your Thrive brand manager.
If you notice, Adam's got a beard this month. He kind of copied me. Last month, I was the one sporting the beard, decided to shave it, and Adam, following in my footsteps, like always, grows the beard.
I wanted to show Bart how to do it right.
Adam, you're looking quite well today. As
Why,
you can
thank
see,
you.
we're pretty
Why, thank
festive with the Christmas season upon us. We've actually spent many of hours creating our very own Christmas sweaters.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Adam, you're sporting the TL for True Love.
No. Thrive Life. Thrive Life.
Thrive Life.
Yes.
Great. I just got the classic Christmas tree, reindeer presents. But what we want to do with these Christmas sweaters is the end of this video, Adam and I are very competitive. We want you to go ahead and vote or comment on which sweater you like the best. I'm extremely confident that a majority of you will fall towards me.
Oh, sorry. Just posing a little bit. Mine's better.
True Love. Adam, what do you got on the docket for us today?
Well, Bart, let's talk about Thrive Hot Cocoa. I know I talked about Thrive Hot Cocoa at the last product update, but I really want to push the Christmas can. It's right here in front of you. It's a pantry can, 25 servings of Thrive Hot Cocoa in a special Christmas can. This hot cocoa, this can itself, is a great way for you to break the ice with your friends, families, neighbors, whomever it may be, to introduce yourself or to tell them about your home business and what you're doing with Thrive. So use this hot cocoa. It's available still for a limited time. We only have a few more weeks where you can get it before Christmas, so buy it now and give it out as a gift, and we think you'll love it.
I love that idea. We kind of followed in your footsteps with that suggestion you just said. My wife and I, we got a number of these cans, giving it out to our neighbors. It's a great intro, as you said, to Thrive Life, the company and our products. So
It is.
Great idea. So on the call last week, Adam, Erica and I talked about a new product that you can only earn through the new host for the most contest that's happening. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about that.
That's right. Thrive Minced Garlic. This is a premium grade dehydrated garlic. It's natural with no added ingredients. It's non-GMO, gluten-free. This garlic will add spice to your Thrive foods.
Ticks all the boxes, Adam. I love it.
It's delicious.
You know what else happened on the call last week?
No.
I launched an emergency item.
Cool.
I got with me the Sawyer Mini water filtration system. 100,000 gallons of water, Adam.
100,000?
Just to put that into perspective, that is 1,855 gallon barrels that this little mini water filtration system
That's a lot of
could
barrels.
filter. It is. I have the 4-pack right here with me. You can see multiple colors, so everyone in the family has their own color, so nobody mixes it up. I've got a single here with me. It comes with the straw, the actual filter, and the straw that you would attach to it. Comes with the syringe for when you will need to back flush the actual filter so it can withstand that 100,000 volume range. And you don't need to syringe it or back flush it every time you use it, just when the flow starts to slow down a little bit. It also comes with a 16-ounce water bag, which is really convenient. That way you don't have to be finding containers to fill up. Comes with a 16-ounce here. You take the straw out and it threads right on the base there. Tilt it up, squeeze it in. Nice, fresh, clean water. Now real quick, to show you how well this works, Adam, I've got a cup full of rocks and potting soil. Go ahead and dump that in this
sure?
cup of water. Yeah,
You're gonna drink it?
you bet. That's how much
That's-
faith I have in the new mini water filter by Sawyer.
Pretty amazing, Bart.
And second thoughts here.
That is some nastiness
Okay,
right
so let's
there.
just mix that up
Stir it on up.
and just watch the magic of the Sawyer mini filter. fresh, clean water. You would like a sip?
No, that's okay.
The Sawyer mini water filter, 100,000 gallons, bacteria, E. coli, Cryptosporidium, all your basic bacteria that you're going to find in rivers, streams, lakes, ponds, whatever it is. You're safe. This thing's less than 2 ounces. Put it in a go bag, put it in your backpack. You're ready to go. Awesome little filter here for the holiday season. That's this month's edition of Product Update. Remember to comment after this video on who you think the
Mine's
best
better.
sweater is. Christmas, TL, True Love,
Thrive
or
Life,
True
Thrive
Love,
Life, baby.
whatever you'd like.
Snowflakes.
Bart
Boom.
Mills, Emergency Brand Manager.
Adam Womble, your Thrive brand manager.
See you next month.
Thanks for having us.
His natural scent resembles that of yogurt bites. His upline is also his downline per their request. Steve and Jason may have founded the company, but he founded them.
I don't always get cold, but when I do, I drink Thrive hot cocoa. Stay warm, my friends.
This next segment is actually one of our favorites. It's where we get to hear from a consultant. And this month, it's Jeanette Franson. Jeanette?
Today I'm going to be making an apple cream sauce chicken. And it's going to be served over rice, pasta. And I love making it for my family when I use Thrive. Because when I don't, it's a little bit more intensive and it's not as fun. So first of all, usually when I make this meal, it's about 5:30 and I'm thinking, we haven't had dinner yet. I've got to get this on the stove. So where do I go? I come to the freezer and I pull out my chicken. So here's my chicken, it's defrosted, it's dripping, I've got chicken guts all over me. This is the step on cooking that I love to skip with Thrive. So here it is, wow, magical, cut, sliced, seasoned even. This is the seasoned chicken slices, and it's freeze-dried and ready to go. And this just makes me so excited because this saves me so much time right here. And what I do is I just take my saute pan, and instead of having to brown it and season it and all that fun stuff, it takes time, I just put a little oil in the pan. Haven't even turned it on yet. This is just so easy. I'm going to put my chicken slices in, and I'm going to add some apple juice. So I'm adding the apple juice to the freeze-dried chicken slices, and I like to do this and put it in there because it adds the seasoning, it adds the flavor to the chicken, but it's also rehydrating it. So I put the apple juice on top of the seasoned chicken slices, and I'm just going to let that juice soak in, rehydrate, and add flavor to the chicken slices. And it takes a little while for it to come up to a boil and then kind of simmer a little bit. And I like to do that because it lets those flavors come in. Now I'm going to add to it a little rosemary. And this is where, I love adding the rosemary to this apple juice and chicken. And as it comes to a boil, it'll start to simmer down and it'll bloom that rosemary. Have you ever had a recipe where you're missing one ingredient and so you don't make it? Well, that's how it was with this recipe. I never seem to have heavy whipping cream around, and so I was like, okay, we're not making this apple cream sauce, even though my kids love it. So, yay for Thrive, because I now always have a cream sauce around. This is the bechamel sauce. So I take 1 cup of the bechamel. It's just a 2-to-1 ratio. That's even easier because you know it's 2-to-1. And then you just add 2 cups of water to that. And I'll just go ahead and mix this in, incorporate that, go add this over to my apple and chicken. Okay, now we're just gonna make the magic happen because I have the apple, the rosemary, the chicken. Now I'm gonna add this cream sauce right to it. And I'm just gonna let this again come to another boil, and we'll let that simmer down. I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. This is our Thrive parsley. So you'll see here that it's simmered down and now it's thickened. And it's just a luscious, look at that cream sauce, apple cream sauce using the bechamel. While this is simmering, I like to have on the stove either some rice, for those who might be gluten-free, do a little rice, or pasta. We've got some penne pasta, or the farfalle is great. And just have that cooking up while this is going. You'll have dinner in 15, 20 minutes, and it's gonna taste like you spent hours on it.
So, am I gonna take credit for the iPhone? No, I'm not. But that is how you launch a successful product. A little tip for you, Tiffany. And a little tip for you from Chef Todd. Let's go back to the kitchen.
This month's tip is how to make Thrive into powder. So yes, Thrive Foods yields itself to so many opportunities, so many avenues. But Thrive Foods, turning it into powders, what another great idea. It's going to give you some great recipe ideas and things to do at your home, and to give you more nutrition, more Thrive going into your family's lives. First, let's start with our Thrive blueberries, which are super tasty, great in all kinds of recipes and different applications. But let's turn it into powder. So, take a food processor, and if you don't have a food processor, put them in the blender. If you don't have a food processor or a blender, try just smacking them with a meat mallet inside of a bag, and you have powder. So now just very simply, take it, turn it on. Instantly, you've taken that nice freeze-dried blueberry and made a delectable, nice little powder. Now this, you can add to all types of things. You could actually sprinkle this into your cakes, your white cakes, vanilla cakes, whatever you want. Or for this simple application, just take your blueberry powder, like so. And that was just a simple icing, a little easy buttercream icing. And you just fold that blueberry powder right into your buttercream icing. And then you can pipe this onto your cupcakes, onto your sugar cookies. So there's one simple little recipe of blueberry icing using blueberries as our powder. The next one we want to try is red peppers. Pop them in the blender. Put your lid on. Turn it on. Okay, and you can go as long or as short as you want. You can take it all the way to a powder, mill it very, very fine, or you can leave it a little bit chunky. In this application, I've left it a little bit chunky because I'm going to show you how to make a super quick and easy red pepper aioli. So just take some prepared mayonnaise, take a little bit of minced chopped garlic, take your red pepper powder, pour your red pepper powder right into the bowl or dish with the garlic and mayonnaise, mix in, and then just refrigerate this, let it sit for a little while. Bada bing, this is great for a spread for a sandwich, great for a wrap, and very, very tasty for a dip or whatever else you want to do. The next easy one we want to do for a powder is brown rice. Our brown rice yields a great, great flour after it's been ground. So this time I'm going to use a little bit more powerful piece of equipment. This is a actual kind of like a spice grinder attachment on my Blend Tech here. Okay, once the brown rice is to the ground you want, you can see instantly, look at that nice brown rice flour. Our next and last one to show you today is our broccoli. And this is a really fun one. Just take your broccoli, dry as it is, and put it in the food processor and grind it to the powder the size you want. Once the broccoli is finished grinding to the size you want, to the powder texture that you want, now I'm going to show you how easy it is to hide those vegetables from the children. They love fried chicken, they love chicken tenders, whatever it may be. Well, here's an easy idea that you can do at home, and you can start feeling better about your children's diet because you're giving them that green vegetable that they need. So I've added the broccoli, the ground broccoli, turned it into my powder, and I'm going to add that right into my flour, or you can add it right into your breadcrumbs. Okay, so you've got it just like that. You're going to take your chicken tender. You're going to put it right into your broccoli / flour mixture, and then do your standard breading procedure of flour, egg wash, and then your breadcrumb. And you've got now a nice, delectable little treat for the children that I know you're gonna feel better about their nutritional value because you put in some of our Thrive broccoli powder. It's so high in nutrition and packed full of the nutrients that you know your family will love. That's the tip of the month, so you can start powdering.
Out of all the different emergency products that we carry, it's no secret that the water category is the most popular. There are so many different water filters out there these days that claim so many different specs. I make sure that I do my research so that we can really put our name behind this particular product and have confidence in what we sell. The Sawyer mini water filtration system is going to be a home run for your business. One of the great features of this filter is if you don't have a container, it actually comes with a straw that attaches to the bottom of the filter so you can drink straight out of the contaminated water source. It also comes with a pouch that it attaches to, so wherever you're at, you can access water and get clean, fresh drinking water. It actually attaches to all standard water bottles. If you store water in 2-liter bottles, then it'll actually screw right onto the top of that so you can have fresh, clean drinking water. When we're talking 100,000 gallons of filtered water out of this small of a filter, it's a no-brainer, especially at this price point, that this is a must-have for your business. Make sure you add it to your next queue.
Well, I wish you all a Merry, Merry Christmas and a happy, wonderful season with your family, thriving it up. I couldn't think of anything better than the nice, delicious desserts for December. So today we're going to highlight a couple desserts. The first one, we're going to do a berry tart, and we're going to show you 5 simple steps to build this berry tart. The first step is to make your dough because you want to get the dough going so it'll chill correctly. So first thing we do is we're going to add our flour. We're also going to add our egg, our Thrive scrambled egg, and our Thrive sugar. Okay? We're also going to add the butter. Once you add all these ingredients, in a food processor, it's going to chop it all up because you want to get the butter chopped into the flour kind of like a streusel, so it's very mealy, almost pea size and even smaller. You can see there's no more big butter chunks anymore. It's pretty much very well incorporated. So at that stage, you want to take very cold water. This has been in the fridge, plus I had some ice in it. And you're going to drizzle the water in as you blend it. Once the dough forms a ball, put it on a clean work surface and just form that into a little ball. And then you want to divide this into 6 small tarts. Then take these individual 6 portions, make little balls, and press them down. And then you're going to wrap each one of these with plastic wrap and then press it down. And you want to chill this very, very well. It's better to work with the dough when it's cold. So we're going to wrap it, we're going to put it in the fridge, and we'll come back. Now we're going to show you the pastry cream. The pastry cream will go in that wonderful dough, that tart shell that we're going to bake in just a minute. But first, we want to just take some water, add it to a pan on the stove. I've got it on high heat, medium high heat. And then you're going to add some of our Thrive instant milk. Just sprinkle the milk in and stir it while you sprinkle. Sprinkle in your salt as well as your sugar. And you want to heat this until you can actually see some steam rise from the milk. You don't necessarily want to bring it to a boil, or you don't necessarily want to scald it either. And you're going to take cornstarch. You're going to mix it in with the egg yolks. So once you see the steam starting to come from the milk, you know it's hot. Again, you want to treat this very fragile. I'm going to turn the heat down to low. I'm going to take the milk and I'm going to slowly add it in to the eggs and cornstarch. And this is called tempering. You always add the hot to to the product that's very fragile. In this case, egg yolks. If we added it all at once or dumped the eggs into the hot milk, what are you going to get? You could possibly get scrambled eggs. So you want to bring the eggs up very slowly by adding just a little bit of the milk. Make sure that's well blended. Go ahead and pour your eggs right back into the pot. And now you're going to have this on a little bit lower heat. And you want to cook this until it thickens. So after a couple minutes, you're going to see the sauce automatically thicken. The eggs and the cornstarch will react to the heat and it'll thicken up nicely. You can see how nice that thickened up. Now we're going to pour it into a bowl. Look how thick and nice and brilliant that is. Add the butter to it, which is going to give us a really nice richness, also some good mouthfeel. And this is when we add the vanilla. And now you stir it until the butter is completely melted and everything's mixed in. The butter's now melted. Now this goes right into the fridge and chills until we assemble the tart. Our next step in the berry tart is making the actual fruit or berry sauce that's going to be on the top of the tart. And to do that, we have some wonderful Thrive ingredients. First off is our honey crystals. So we have a pan on low. We're going to add our water to the pan. Okay, we're going to turn the heat up. And then we're going to add our honey crystals, Thrive honey crystals, to the pan. Thrive blackberries, Thrive strawberries. We're also going to add some sugar, some vanilla, and some lemon juice. Okay, stir that up lightly. While that's coming up, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of water and cornstarch and mix the two together. Once the berries have released their flavor and the sauce has just come up to a simmer, take your slurry mixture and thicken up the sauce. Pour it in gradually as you whisk. You need to have the sauce thick and chilled so that it sits on top of the pastry cream. You'll see that in the assembly section. And now you'll see, I'll put it in a container we can put in the fridge. You'll see how nice and thick and delicious our Thrive berries come alive in this berry tart. Now that our dough is chilled properly, we want to roll it out and press it into the pie tin. So unwrap it from the plastic. It's good and cold, good and firm. You're going to just dust a little bit of flour on your work surface and on top, and even a little bit on your pin, on your rolling pin. Okay. Now when you go to roll it, you just got to kind of work the dough so that it comes together. It's going to want to crack a little bit on you. Just kind of be gentle with it. And we want to keep moving it around so that we roll it completely into a round shape. Once you get it to the desired thickness that you want your tart to be, then you can come and press this down into your tart pan. Don't worry about the excess. What I like to do is just kind of fold and make a nice slight little crust and just fold a little bit of that excess right underneath. And then you want to prick it with a fork. Why we do this is to allow the pressure once you bake it, and so it won't bubble, and also to let any of the steam out so it's a nice flaky crust. So you want to prick it with a fork just like that. You're going to repeat that process 6 times to fill the tart pan. Once you get your dough pricked and formed how you want it, you want to prepare it for blind baking. We're going to bake it without anything in it by placing a little bit of parchment, some of our Thrive Great White beans. Just put them in there like that. That'll weigh that down, and that'll create a nice even blind bake. And you'll repeat that process for each tart. Now that we've taken you through all the steps to make this delicious berry tart, now it's time to assemble it. Everything's chilled, the tarts are baked, delicious. So take one of your shells, pre-baked shells, and it's very simple. Just take your wonderful pastry cream that turned out really delicious, fill the bottom of your shell with the pastry cream. Then you take your fruit sauce, and we're going to set that right on top of the pastry cream. Make sure you get a little bit of those whole strawberries and all that goodness. Bada bing, bada bang. Set those in the fridge for another 20-30 minutes. Let the guests come. All of a sudden, you have Christmas with Thrive. Hope you enjoy this fruit tart as much as we have enjoyed making it for you. Thanks for being here in the Thrive Kitchen. Oh, baby.
Well, I've tasted that tart, and it is delicious. In fact, I'm going to go home and try to make it tonight. Well, that's it for Thrive It Up for December. You have yourself a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you next year.
So Eric, did I get the job? Well, at least write it down.